Afternoon.
Which may we know you.
Okay, my name is Abidemi Asimo. I'm the group head of e-business and transaction banking, Premium Trust Bank. I'm also the vice chairman of the committee of e-business industry heads.
Okay, nice to meet you, ma'am. We're here for the 10th annual Nigerian Banking Clearing System Conference. So, regarding to what we are here to do today, do you think that collaboration between banks, fintechs, and regulators can bring about efficiency in the clearing and payment system?
Oh, thank you for that question. And absolutely, it's a yes for me. Collaboration is key, and collaboration is very extremely important in the payment ecosystem, be it banks, be it regulators, be it even the fintechs, and maybe, just everybody. As long as you pass through the financial and payment ecosystem, collaboration is important. So when you think of security, when you think of compliance, when you think of even servicing the customer and meeting the needs of the customers, the more we collaborate, the better. The more we collaborate, especially in terms of compliance, security, and risk, because that sort of strengthens the payment system and also builds trust even to the customers that we serve.
All right, thank you so much, ma'am. Do you also think that incorporating the new upgraded technology into the bank, like machine learning and AI, into the banking system, do you think it's going to make security more efficient?
Okay, of course, introducing AI and machine learning tools into the payment system will obviously advance the payment system. Just as AI is advancing everything we do in our daily life, it's just the same way it also helps us in the payment system. So it's able to read, it's able to understand, it's able to predict the things we should do and do better. We obviously also know that it has some disadvantages too, but the advantages over and supersedes the disadvantage. So using AI tools to help us fast track innovation, fast track the payment system is actually the way to go. Are we ready for it? Are banks ready for it? Are payment systems ready for it? Even the whole payment ecosystem, I would say yes, we are ready for it. However, what we need to keep doing is to keep improving in technology and also in terms of training, customer engagement, and also acquisition of knowledge. I think that would actually help in a lot of ways. And like I mentioned earlier, I am the vice chairman of committee of e-business industry heads, and as the vice chairman of committee of e-business industry heads, and committee of e-business as a whole, we have a responsibility to ensure that we achieve all that is set in terms of the payments ecosystem. The industry believes in us, and we also believe that we will deliver on the mandate that has been given to us.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So let me ask you this last one. Do you think the payments banking clearing system can be 100% secure in terms of fraud, theft, and all that?
Okay, in every payment world, and if I tell you here that all over the world that payments happens, and typically payments happen everywhere in the financial ecosystem all over the world. Have we seen a situation where there is zero fraud? No. But what we strive to do is to ensure that there is minimal fraud. There will always be bad eggs among the society, and as long as there are bad eggs among the society, you will see people that will test the system. But in terms of readiness, are we ready to curb all of that? We as institutions today are ensuring and putting things in place to ensure that that the ecosystem is protected. In terms of the kind of infrastructure solution, fraud management tool that we put in place, we are ensuring that I'm sure you do that. We're ensuring that we'll make sure that the payment ecosystem is secure. That I can assure you that Nigeria is doing. The CBN is on it. Nigeria Interbank Settlement is on it. And banks, even individually, have put in a lot of resources and infrastructure to ensure that we have less fraud and fraud is reduced to the barest minimum. As Committee of E-Business heads, and that's CB, we will be launching our own solution to sort of be our own way of telling the public that we are ready to curb and address the fraudulent situation. So our annual conference is coming up. meet us at the Hotel, 4th and 5th of December. We'll be having Committee of E-Business Heads Annual Conference. And part of the agenda is us also launching our website.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Miss, may we know you?
My name is Favor Idigo.
And what do you do?
Operational Risk Officer.
Wow, that's interesting. So practically, you can tell us about everything we're here today, because we are here to talk about basically security, clearance, and payments. Okay, now I want to ask you this question. When it comes to the speed of transactions, these days, when you make a transaction from one bank to another, it takes 5 seconds and then it goes. Do you think that with this speed, do you think that it will also be secured? How do we balance security and that speed when it comes to transactions?
Okay, thank you very much. I think one of the basic things, the world is evolving, so it means that a lot of changes are happening in technology space. And speed is one of the things that would actually help boost transactions. I think the basic way of balancing it out would be ensuring that even before that transaction is consummated, you try as much as possible to ensure that the measures, the processes that are expected to have been taken to do that is actually, you actually carry out that process and ensure that it is secure, it is safe, such that when the transaction is consummated, you don't have reasons to be afraid of whether or not this transaction had gone through. So I would say, for instance, for transactions, you would actually start from like your KYC. You must ensure that you know the customer. You already understand if you're banking somebody, you're banking the right kind of person. You know the information, you have the information about the person, and that makes it easy for you to be able to determine the customer and also know if that customer is actually a customer who is going to be able to bank with you, so that when transactions come in and they are fast, you're able to carry out those transactions. And then on the other aspects of considering outsiders or hackers or attackers, I think to a very large extent, if the security and the standards that has been stipulated by the regulator is put in place, then you would be able to be sure that you can protect information security.
Thank you so much for that. Okay, secondly, I'd like to, when we talk about fraud, thefts, identity theft, phishing and all that, people tend to think, oh, it just happens in Nigeria. You understand? But do you think that this fraud, theft, all everything, is it global, or do you think it's more concentrated when it comes to Nigeria here?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. I think basically fraud, theft, all these risks you've mentioned are actually a global phenomenon. It's not peculiar to Nigeria, but we'll say that to a very large extent. The extent to which you're able to prevent it, the extent to which you are able to proactively put measures in place, the extent to which you're able to ensure that you safeguard your organization, it will actually help prevent those frauds from crystallizing. So it's not like, so we might just say to a very large extent that cases where you see this prevalent, they have not put in the right measure or mitigants that will help to prevent to a very large extent these frauds from happening. So the advice would be basically ensure that your processes, your policies, the information security standards that have been put in place are actually followed to the latter, so that you'll be able to achieve preventing frauds from occurring in your organization.
Okay, thank you so much. Please, what's your name again?
Favor Idigo.
All right, it's nice to meet you, Favor.
Thank you very much.
Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Please, can I know your name?
Okay, my name is Collins Okonkwo. I work with Parallels Bank, the Limitless Bank, and the digital bank #1 in Nigeria. Okay, I'm an e-business. I work with e-business in Parallels Bank, a settlement officer. I also do clearing, check clearing, and all that. So that's what I do with Parallels Bank.
Okay, so can you briefly tell us why we're here today?
Okay, why we're here today is just for our normal annual conference, which has to do with check clearings and settlement. And if you have been here since morning, you can see all the speakers have given a clear details of what we are looking out for and what the clearing system is all about. So it was a fantastic conference. I will look forward for a better days ahead.
All right, thank you, sir. So how do you think we can incorporate security into the clearing system?
Yes, technology is one thing that keeps growing every day and every time. The way it is yesterday is not the same thing today. So I believe banks are really working seriously hard on the technology aspect, and that's why you can see today different innovations are coming into the clearing system. Before now, days back, you can see clearing for like 21 days to clear a check. But today now, we look at just T+1. So currently now, the banking industry is trying to go out for the T+1 system. They are looking out for a 24-hour system whereby customers, merchants get their money within 24 hours. So I feel great to be here, and I feel honored to be here. And I believe Nigeria banking system are doing a very great job, and they will get there. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Please, what's your name once again?
My name is Collins Okonkwo. I work with Parallels Bank, the Limitless Bank. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. Please, can we know you?
My name is Chinedu Kebugu. I was the former head of clearing Citibank. So this is my last clearing conference I'll be attending. I'm handing over to someone else. His name is Tunde Salau. Yeah.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
So today's conference is about clearing, payment, and security.
Yes.
So how do you think clearing payments in banking can be incorporated with security?
So the thing is, clearing itself, one of the focal points of clearing is security. Now, if you speak with people that have been in clearing, right, especially check clearing, we have what we call the clearing controls. Now, the clearing controls basically speaks to security around the clearing process. So there's no way you'll be talking about clearing and you won't talk about security. Everything about clearing revolves around security. You don't want to pay a fraudulent check, you want to give value to a transaction that you've not confirmed, and things like that. It has to be, they are both intertwined. You can't talk to them one against the other. Yeah.
Okay, now talking about security, now upgraded versions like AI, machine learning have been incorporated. Do you think that this updated AI will not, put people out of their jobs?
So now you have a valid point. However, we have to evolve, right? We need to grow. There's a reason why we have technology, right? What the expectation is that the people in clearing, those that are possibly in clearing, checks are reducing, you need to upgrade yourself. If you look at clearing with the eye that, okay, we have AI, people are going to lose their job, they won't make any progress. Do you get? AI is a good thing. Artificial intelligence is fantastic. It makes the work easier. Processes that used to be handled, that you need people sweating in the office, now you have AI to do it. So now this person can have a better work and life balance. So it's not, we will not look at it like it's a bad thing, like people are losing the job. You just encourage people to diversify. Get some more certification, do one or two things that will make you sellable in other aspects, but we still would encourage artificial intelligence.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for that. So do you think this machine learning AI, do you think it's really going to reduce the rate of theft and fraud the way it has been in the last 5 or 10 years?
Oh, definitely. It's just the application, right? So before now, there's something that was that's been in the offing to have image recognition. Before now, you have to physically truncate your check. You have to send it to clearing. But the industry, it hasn't gone live yet. But there used to be a process where you just take a picture from your office and you send it to clearing. That has a whole lot of AI involved in it because the system identifies the check, reads the MICA line and everything, right? So definitely with time, if AI is incorporated properly in the clearing process, it will be secure. I believe so, yeah.
So do you think we can have like 100% security when it comes to transactions, payment and clearing?
And so because we are not going to move to 100% automation, you cannot have 100% security, right? As long as there's a human touch, as long as there's a manual intervention in any form of clearing, you cannot have 100%. The best you can do is to build in controls, right? You build in very good controls that will now mitigate for whatever risk that there is. But as long as you're not doing anything 100%, you can't have 100% control, right?
Thank you so much for the interview, sir. Please, your name once again?
Chinedu Kebugu, Citibank. Thank you.
All right, nice to meet you, sir.
Pleasure.
All right, sir. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. Please.
I'm Chika Okeke.
And you are?
I'm an MC, broadcaster, and TV personality.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Great to meet you too.
Okay, so we are live for the 10th edition of the Clearance and Payments. The Can you tell us, I know you've been handling this for a while now.
Yes, I have.
So can you tell us, like, briefly, what is this about?
All right, so the Nigerian Banking and Clearing Payment System Conference is an annual conference that gathers together industry experts, stakeholders, and all of the industry leaders in the payment and clearing system sector in Nigeria. So we come together and we talk about how technology is driving innovation in the financial services sector, but how we can continue to pay attention to threats and ensure that our cybersecurity measures are up to date, so that we can continue to foster a space where customers can feel secure, we can earn customers' integrity and trust, and we can continue to, adapt to the ever-changing digital landscape that we find ourselves in. So this is a melting pot, this is a testing ground for ideas and strategies that actually help to harness all of the wonderful work, the wonderful innovative work that we're doing right here in the banking and clearing payment systems in Nigeria.
Right, thank you so much for that. So far so good. Do you think that this conference has added a positive value to what exactly you're trying to do, the payment clearing and security? Do you think it has added an added value?
Oh, absolutely. Such impactful sessions that we've had. If you listen from the very beginning, we had keynote speakers. We had a panel session that delved into everything: checks clearing, cyber risk mitigation, A2A payment systems. So many brilliant conversations surrounding the future of payments in Nigeria and how we can continue to concretize and achieve that fine synergy between innovation and technology, as well as ensuring that we have a robust framework for compliance. So we talked about a whole lot, and there's so much. I'm sure that everybody is living here with take-homes that can impact their individual financial institutions.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Can you tell us your name?
My name is Joseph Tochikumbeu.
Okay, and you are?
Joseph, I'm from Jais Bank.
Jais Bank.
Yeah.
So what's your job at Jais Bank?
Currently, I'm the CSS, Customer Service Staff in Jais Bank.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Same here.
Okay, we are the 10th Bankers Clearance and Payments Summit. So do you think you've been here all along? Can you tell us a few points about the impactful knowledge that we're getting here today?
Yes, it's been an amazing program, and so far I enjoyed myself and I got a lot of knowledge regarding to the system and also the upgrade and what we are looking forward to get in the future. It's been enlightenment of what the system is all about, and we are expecting a new upgrades and what the system will bring forward to us.
All right, thank you so much. So do you think this system upgrade, I mean, you're talking about like AI, machine learning and all of that, do you think they're really going to help curb fraud and theft in the banking system?
Yes, it will help a lot, because for one the lecturer talked about, the AI will help us to identify these thefts and transactions that are not permissible and transactions that were not inclusive or that was not consummated by the account holder. The AI will be able to let us know. You understand? And it will be able to alert us and update us to know that this transaction was not initiated by the account holders. So with all these in play, it gives a security check and helps to protect an account holder when it comes to transactions and funds movements. So with this, it will reduce the rate of fraudulent transaction in the system. It's a +1 in the system.
All right, thank you so much for the interview. Please, your name once again.
My name is Joseph Tochikumbeu. I'm from Jais Bank, Nigeria, PLC.
All right, nice to meet you, Kakochu.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Please introduce yourself.
I'm John Olofunlade. I work with Signature Bank.
What's your job?
Okay, I'm head of domestic operations, and this involves clearing and payments and the likes.
Okay, so while we were in, you were given a presentation about A2A payments, right?
Yes.
Please, can you brief us a little bit on that?
Okay, thank you so much. We're talking about the future of payments in clearing and the future of clearing. So A2A payment is doing transfers within bank without payment processor. Just like now, if I want to clear a check, I don't need any payment processor to clear that check. So we are saying, can we do an instant payment that I don't need processor for? That is what A2A payment is all about. And from what we have seen, from what I presented, we've seen that it's possible. It's been done in some part of the world where you can do transfers within bank without going to all the processors, all the payment gateway. That is what A2A payment is all about.
Okay, so the most important thing when it comes to payment and clearance is security.
Yes.
Now, when we want to talk about this A2A payment, is it going to be secured? Is it going to give us that 100% security?
Yes, it will be fully secure because it's even very secure in the sense that there's no third party involved. It's just within bank A to bank B. Like currently, if you are doing an instant payment, there's always a middleman, a processor. But with A2A payments, there is no middleman. So it's just from bank A to bank B. So I tell you, it's 100% secure.
Okay, now when we are talking about one bank to another without a processor, so do you not think that when those intermediaries are being, left out, do you think that it's not going to affect their jobs and all that?
No, it's, now currently there are a lot of payment options. Okay, so it's just another option for customers because it will be secure, it will be fast, less cost for both customers and the banks. So it's just another option. Like now currently now you have different type of payment options. You have checks, you have floater payments, you have e-transfer. There are a lot of payment options. So it's just creating additional options for customers when they need to make payment, and also the part of instant settlement. Of course, you are taking job from some people to create more jobs. So it's just like redistributing the job. That's just what it is. So nobody's going to lose the job. Just another option for customers to serve them better. That's just what it's all about.
Thank you so much for the interview. What's your name once again?
Yeah, I'm John Olofulade. I work with Signature Bank.
Nice to meet you, Mr. John.
Thank you so much.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Please tell us your name.
My name is Samuel Kendi.
So, what's your job?
Yeah, I work in Wema as a clearing officer. So we deal with talking about the payment system, probably NEFT, that's Nigeria Electronic Fund Transfer. So we do clear checks and we also do fund transfers.
Okay, now talking about clearance payments, how do you think that when it comes to clearance payments between interbanks, how secured are the transactions? How fraud-free are they?
To be candid, we all know that the payment system in Nigeria and this part of the country, compared to the Western world, is actually better, the payment system. And to a certain extent, there's room for improvement, but we will say we need more of collaboration between banks and other financial institutions to secure the space more. But to be candid, it has been, will I say, good. But to foster more relationship and more collaboration between banks and other financial institutions.
All right, thank you for that. So can you tell us the future of clearance and payments in the next, let's say, 10 years? What do you see? What future do you see?
To be serious, like when it comes to checks now, we know that there's a decline in checks, and we know we're talking about the electronic checks, and we are seeing where checks can now be T+0, that's you get instant settlement for your check transaction, and I think that's where we are moving forward to, where you can now get instant settlement for your transaction you do. So I think that's the future.
All right, thank you so much. Your name once again?
My name is Samuel Kendi.
All right, nice to meet you, Kendi.
Thank you for
having me. Have a nice day. Please sit down again.
So my name is Robert Smart. I work with Wema Bank as a clearing officer.
A clearing officer. So that means that our transactions are 100% safe in your hands.
Yeah, I can say that to an extent. Based on the current framework, with the help of cyber securities and our IT professionals, they've ensured that all our customers' transactions are secure as long as we follow through the laid down policies and guidelines, to keep customers and funds safe. So of course, yes, we are safe, and as well with the help of the MICA teams and the technology in terms of check printing and security features to encode and keep all of the customers' account and information safe. So to an extent, yes, I can see that. But okay, it's just that recently there has been this thing called I think check kiting. It's no longer check kiting, but just personally, just my own experience. Recently I've been seeing situations where some people go ahead to steal customers' check. Like they steal, let's say they steal your check and they go ahead to present it. They steal your check, they steal your signature, like they go ahead to present it at the
identity theft.
Exactly, identity theft. Go ahead to present it at the bank or use it to purchase goods and present the check to them, and because of checks are T+1 right now. So when they present the check, they will probably have carted away with the goods before the check finally cleared. And when the check clears and the check is being returned back to the customer as account not funded, it becomes a problem, a trouble, because the buyer of the goods has carted away with the items and now the money is nowhere. So those are the inherent risks that is in clearing currently, and they are still coming up with ways to mitigate that. I can't tell you for a fact that has been completely eliminated, but one thing I can say is that customers need to secure their checks. They shouldn't just lay their check fallow anyhow, because this is also an instrument of a payment instrument, and it should be personal, it should be secured and safe. Yeah.
How else do you think you can reduce this fraud, theft, phishing, and so on and so forth? I mean, with the help of this current upgrade and policies like the machine learning, AI, and so on, how do you think we can reduce fraud and enhance cyber security more?
Okay, well, of course, it is 2 ways. It is not just the bank now, it's between the bank and the customers. You get, because if the banks lay down policies, guidelines that customers need to follow in order not to reveal, like for instance, their ATM password, like just to their checks by placing their checks anyhow where anybody can have access to it. That will mitigate fraud to an extent, because now, like I explained earlier about that situation where a check was stolen and presented at an unknown bank and value was not given. You get. So ways it has to do with the bank and the customer. The bank and the customer needs to work together to make this preventive measures really work, because the cyber security team and the IT team, they are doing their best to make to prevent fraud. So it has to do with now the customers to do their own part. Once they can play their own part perfectly, then everything will go well. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for getting the interview. So what's your name again?
Yeah, my name is Robert Smart. I work with Wema Bank.
All right. Nice to meet you, Robert. Have a nice day.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.